Hey guys, so welcome back to Cultivation with Christy. I'm Christy. It is time for a full garden tour again. I think this is week, my flower. This is week 5, I think. Well, technically week 6, but garden tour 5. If you are new to the channel, hi, I'm Christy. I am gardening in zone 7B AA, more 7B side, since they changed the zone stuff. I'm in North Alabama, so just a hop, skip, and a jump away from the Tennessee line. I am in a suburban neighborhood compared to the largest city in the state. I am semi-rural, but I am in a neighborhood. I have neighbors. I have a large garden, large to me anyway. I think it's about, the growing space is about 400 square feet, I think. That's how I worked it out to get the compost. I also have chickens, 2 elderly dogs, and my husband owns a scorpion. We never show him on the page, but he does exist. He is a pet. I'm currently integrating 2 younger chicks in with the older chicks, but that's the previous video, so check, well, actually that'll probably post after this one, but anyway, check that out. I'm going to try to do the full tour today, which is all of my food growing spaces and some not food growing spaces. Adon's making dinner. We're gonna have steak. We buy our beef from a local farmer, and this year, or not this year, but this time, we got part of a hog from that same lady, so, and we enjoy it. We've tried a different lady with the beef, and we didn't like it as much. It actually had bone in it, and it was a little more fattier. Like, the ground beef had pieces of bone, so their butcher wasn't that great, so we went back to her. And the only reason we left her was because we were looking for smaller quantities. But anyway, this area here is the front of my house. I had started to rip up the pretty useless plants. What are they? The landscaping design that was here when we moved in, because obviously I let those bushes get very much overgrown. So my neighbor gave me a couple of echinacea purple coneflower starts last year, and I put them out here and they are just taking off. I've got 2 blueberry bushes of different varieties. This one is already starting to produce. I've got the netting on it because the birds do tend to get in it, but I harvested half a bowl full, like a regular dish bowl. And the coneflower I need to look up and see about harvesting. Hey, Mr. B. So I also have bachelor buttons, which are blooming. And then I forget what these are. I don't remember. But they're another perennial. I hit that one with the weed eater. Oops. And I came in here and hit some of this with the vinegar, and it knocked some of it back. It actually worked. So I need to get in here and actually weed this and then hit it real good with the vinegar in places. But you don't want to get the vinegar on the plants you want to keep, or super close to the plants you want to keep, because it'll knock everything out. We've got the flower garden, which is already weedy. I've got some lilies blooming, and my gladiolas are actually gonna bloom more than one this year. There's two more there. Irises are done putting off seed pods. Hydrangea is blooming. Got some more gladiolas on this side coming up. Oh yeah. I have to show you when those bloom. Then I have a native spiderwort plant. Puts off a pretty purple flower, and then they close up, I think. Then we've got the green stalks, which are looking so much better after we put the potting mix, new potting mix in it. And I just harvested these the other day. I need to harvest some more. And I got, where were they? I saw them in, yeah. I've got some tomatoes. You can't tell through my glasses, but they're orange. They're not quite ripe. These are the tidy treats that are supposed to be good for container gardening. I've got more chamomile that needs to come out. Oh, this one's getting ready to bloom too. I was gonna say the one in the, you can't really see it. The one in the garden is getting ready to bloom right there. And this one is too. I need to trim the blooms off the chive. Got lettuce that's about to go to seed that we need to use. Probably a little late. This one yarrow is hanging on. These were my extras. I had a handful. Then I've got a lily dog and a Lincoln dog and my lime tree that we potted up is looking really good. I think I mentioned, but citrus is getting so hard to, well, you can't get citrus in Alabama. You can't import it. So it's getting to be a pain in the butt. So I'm trying to take care of that lime tree. I've also got these strawberries. And I think, yeah, the strawberry picker here, he stole my first ripe strawberry last year. Hey, get, mind your business. No, go away, they're not ready. Not quite, you leave them. Leave it. Then I've got oregano, and I think this is pear apple mint. Go. No, go. Get out of my strawberry. Then I've got a sad looking bay laurel, but it's putting out new leaves. I repotted that one as well. Calla lilies are looking pretty. I just cut some of the older ones off for a bouquet. Columbine, I need to harvest the seeds still. This native little sunflower, I forget the name of it. Then back here, I guess this is less of a garden tour, more of a home and garden tour. We just planted these fruit trees this year in the back of the yard. This one is the peach, I believe. This is Georgia Belle, I think. Belle of Georgia. And then we've got a dog that likes to munch on things. Got this fig tree. Still not sure why it's never produced a fig in its poor little baby life. But it looks good. Comfrey. Maybe the comfrey will help it. I've got some in the backside too. I think Lincoln is eating the comfrey. Hopefully not. Sir! It is. He is. Don't eat that. I had to put a fence around it. And the chickens got in this one the other day, and it's looking sad. If you can tell me. I think it's a fungus. I know it's a fungus, I just don't know what to do for it. It is a Granny Smith apple, which I know, apples don't do well here, but I was gonna try. If not, I guess I'll get a second peach for a second pollinator there. And then on to the garden. I have not seen my snake friend after I weed-eated and covered the compost pile. Lincoln's cucamelons are starting to produce all along this fence line, which is lovely. The raspberry is starting to put off new shoots. Still no raspberries though. I'm wondering if I need a second, if I need a second variety for this one. I talked to a guy at the Homestead Festival. He said maybe it needed more space. So hopefully just it being in this raised bed will do good. These are the new additions this year. This 4x4 and this 2x4. And then this long bed and this one were new additions last year. I've got some volunteer okra. I cut most of them out because there was a bunch. I got more in there. I got some lavender that I need to harvest. More oregano that's going to seed. Come on. There you go. Look at this. Raspberries are getting a little crazy. Okay. My thyme greened up, which I expected it would since I moved it out of that little container up front to back here. I got horehound. I need to look up how to make horehound candy. That would be fun. This tansy looks really great. Got some zinnias, gazinias. Eucalyptus is looking good. I think these are chives, but a different kind of chives from the one up there because they didn't look the same. And then my, what's the flower? I'll think of it. That's pretty much it in this bed. And then this one I need to trim back is burnet. This is a medicinal herb. I forget what it does, but it tastes like cucumber. Very interesting. Hyssop is looking good. Anise is starting to flower. So we'll have anise seeds. The rue is starting to flower. It still looks rough though since I transplanted it. I don't know why. I put some lime basil seeds over here. That's not it. I doubt it'll do anything because it was dry and I didn't get out here to water them. And same with over here. I put in some, maybe, no, that's a weed. I'll leave it just in case. But I put in some, some, what are those called? Gosh darn it, if my words don't leave me. Nasturtium. These two are nasturtium. And that one over there is a carnation. And then I got parsley, which I'm surprised the caterpillars hadn't found it, but none of them found it last year either when it was up in the green stock. Walking onions and sorrel. I need to look up sorrel and see what it does, but I traded for some things. Carrots are looking sad. I need to thin them out and pull them up. Still waiting on this broccoli, the seeds to dry out. That's what these little pods are the seeds. All these zinnias in this bed are volunteers from last year. I just cut a bunch for a bouquet. Marconi, giant Marconi, I think. Then pepperoncinis. Tabasco, I got a couple of ripe Tabasco. Poppies are almost petered out, but we're getting seed pods with those. So I'm gonna hang on to those. Come on, Peppercini, get back up here on your little support. This one is Peppercini, 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 Giant Marconi, Tabasco. I cut this broccoli back and it's still trying. Isn't that funny? And then my eggplant is getting shaded by these. There's one of these that I just cut that was orange and I loved it. So I'm going to let these flower again. And if these are the purpley pink ones, I'll cut it so my eggplant down there can get some more light. But the flea beetles have really hit it hard, but it's starting to bounce back. I think it'll be okay. Garlic's almost done. I'll be pulling that out probably the end of this week. Wow, look at that mushroom. But yeah, I planted these in November maybe. I need to pull the garlic scapes. These are the flowers. I need to get out here and do that tomorrow. Put that on my list. Usually you want to plant them in October, but I tend to plant them later because I'm lazy. My leeks are almost done. I think middle of June those were going to be ready. And this one's my favorite. The yellow and the red. Very pretty. Zinnia ant. Get off me. Then I've got my sweet peas that finally bloomed over here. Little purple edges on these. And then I've got the dark purple here. And then this pretty, almost a variegated purple one. I have the seed packets. I got those from Botanical Interest, but I don't remember the name of them. I think I planted each kind on both sides. Oh, yeah, there's some more. And they do smell delicious. This borage is pretty much done. My black petunias. Sweet Williams getting ready to bloom. Got some rogue tomato things going on here. We'll come back and do the tomatoes on that side. Got chamomile over here I need to harvest too. Another borage flanking the other side, and this borage is hiding my yarrow, but this yarrow finally bloomed. I'd been talking about it's gonna bloom soon, it's gonna bloom soon, but now it did. I harvested this holy basil today. I'm currently making tea. It's in there steeping. Well, need to harvest some basil because it's getting ready to try to flower. Don't want that. When Genovese basil flowers, it changes the flavor profile of the basil. So you want to keep that one from blooming if you can. The holy basil blooms pretty quickly and it doesn't seem to change the flower, and it definitely doesn't change the medicinal properties. But if you're using the Genovese for cooking, you definitely want to try and keep that from blooming. See, this one's the holy basil and it's got a giant flower stalk on it, and this one is the Genovese, so you can see the difference. Peanuts are peanutting. This one is a giant marigold. It's the yellow one, like this one on this side. Then here is the Kajari melons going. I don't know if they're just supposed to be this thinned out or not. I tried to grow Kajaris last year, but everything did poorly last year because of my soil situation. So we'll see how it goes this year. I think I've got 4 plants here. I wanted to only do 3, but then the roly-polies got my starts on that end, and so I reseeded them, and I did them heavy because I figured the roly-polies would get them, and they didn't because I got the Sluggo Plus, and so I think there's 2 in this hole, and 1 there, and 1 on that end. So then this over here is cantaloupe, which it's getting pretty tall. Sorry, you're looking into the sun. And I've got it all wound up, and it's getting a little unruly in the walkways. This is our mystery tomato, which I'm pretty sure is one of the Wild Boar Farm varieties I saw. Yeah, it's putting on a little tomato. I don't know what it is yet. Always gotta admire these, which I need to cut one off to put in my bouquet inside because I forgot about it. And I skipped this bed. This is the hot peppers. So I've got, these are the pumpkin spice jalapenos, so they will ripen to orange. And I've got regular jalapenos, and these are the Sugar Rush peach peppers. And look how many Sugar Rush peach peppers I have already. The peppers did so good starting them inside this year. Then I've got cayenne, and I've got a ripe cayenne over there. These are cayenne, and then here on the end I've got the Ahai and the red chili pepper. Oh, look, I got big old red chili peppers on here already too. And then my ginger finally sprouted, you guys. I told you the one down there at the end was, and I thought that was going to be the only one I got, but this one did, this one did, this one did. Not yet, but maybe. This one did. Not yet. This one's going. And this one did, and that one did. Behind the cantaloupe. And look, I got a little baby cantaloupe I just saw. Where'd he go? Oh, there he is. Yep. So that's exciting. I harvested a good bit of the onions today that was ready. I got that whole row there on the end. And then the rest of these still needed a little bit. I've got those in the garage curing. And then the sweet peppers, I harvested a ton of banana peppers today. It's just crazy. I've got bell peppers already coming. More bell peppers. I've never had bell peppers this early. Look at that one. That one's a pimento. Oh yeah, I guess maybe. Thought that one was a bell pepper. Look at this bell pepper. Goodness. And then the gazinias over here. I think I got them on both ends of this bed, and they're getting ready to bloom. Got more. I think those are pimentos. No, these are poblanos. Let's see. The poblano. Goodness. Gonna have peppers coming out of our ears. What are those? Anaheims? I got the Anaheims coming in already. And then those should be, what are those? They look like habanadas. Where's the tag? Because they ain't no Anaheim. I don't know what those are. They look like Sugar Rush peach. Oops. I don't know. And more bell pepper. And over here, the potatoes are almost done. The sweet potato, oh look, I got beans. I did not plant these. These are volunteer beans growing out of the side. Well, I guess we'll have beans. And then the sweet potatoes are still acclimating, kind of taking their time. I got one bean growing up the middle of this trellis that I did not plant. I've got cucumbers. I've got a whole crock pot inside full of cucumbers soaking in lime to make pickles with this week. So that's exciting. I said in another video, but it's the first time I've had cucumbers since I went to raised beds. So 4 years I haven't had cucumbers. But luckily I had enough cucumbers in maybe 19 or 18 that I've had pickles ever since, but we're down to the last jar, so I'm ecstatic that I get to pickle pickles this year because we're out of pickles. So, and I love cucumbers, so this is exciting. This variety on this side of the trellis are the hybrid Katrina cucumbers. I got those from Johnny Seeds at the recommendation of Jill from Whispering Willow Farm. This is what she grows in her high tunnel, and she gets high yield. So since I was having such a hard time with the cucumbers previously, I decided to try a hybrid. Sir, get out of my strawberries. I see you. And then this one over here is the Boston pickling, which I have done every year, and it hadn't been producing. But I'm wondering also if the rain didn't have something to do with it. The Hello Chrysanthemum, I forget the name of it. This is the one I keep telling you about. It's almost blooming, so you guys can see it. I got cosmos back here that are blooming, very pretty. More basil. This vining squash plant that I got at a swap. I don't know what it is. I think this beet is done beating. Marigolds. I like these like two-toned ones. Very pretty. Then this one, I think this one's for sure a patty pan. I think for sure. But I'm pretty sure it's a patty pan. Pineapple sage, I'm getting ready to prune this one back again so I can just make one thing of pineapple sage tea because I want to taste it by itself. These are all the radishes that I have let go to seed. Look at these little seed pod. Apparently the seed pod tastes like radish, so I may try that. Petunias I need to deadhead flowing over the side of the bed, which I love. I may need to redirect this one so they do the same because I just love those. More zinnias. And then, oh wait, this strawberries, not strawberrying. The ones in the bed do not, so again, I'll probably pull those up. Garlic, chive, my dianthus are looking good. Watermelon's starting to perk up since I trimmed this horseradish back so it gets a little more sun. All of the arugula has gone to seed, and these flowers here on the end are blooming. Got the orange zinnia. That is part of the arugula down here that has bloomed. Zinnias, and then two of those other flowers. Then the asparagus, just doing its thing. We're past asparagus season now, so they have all gone to seed or fern, whatever you want to call it. So we're done with that. I really want to move this lemon balm somewhere else so it'll do better, but I'm scared. Regular mint and chocolate mint needs to be repotted, but again, I don't know what to do with those. More poppies, and then all the tomatoes. Look, it's gonna be hard since the sun, but look at all these flowers on this tomato plant. Good gravy. This is the, I think, Berry's Crazy Cherry. Look at these, they're going. I'm gonna have so many tomatoes, so if I know you, Shane, when you come for 4th of July, I got you. I'm probably going to be sending you back with some tomatoes or other things out of the garden. This is the blue boarberry, so this is those purple cherry tomatoes. This one is the Brad's Atomic Grape tomato. Grape. I keep wanting to call it a grape cherry, but that's not what it is. Ooh, we got weeds. I'll have to come back. Pink Berkeley tie-dye. Look at the coloring on that. Cool. I'm excited for those. Those are slicer, I believe. And then Black Beauty. I had these. They're already bigger than they were last year, for sure. Or no, Queen of the Night. The Queen of the Nights are the ones. They're about the same. Then I've got some Blossom End Rot on these guys. I need to pull those off. And I had an ephaciated blossom here. Look at this. Oh no, that's just a big gnarly tomato. Yeah, that one was ephaciated. So this is just, sorry, I'm talking and not looking in the camera. 2 tomatoes fused together. And this one is the pineapple. But it may just be that big. I don't know. We'll see. I've never grown the pineapple before. Then I've got some regular cherries in here that are not cherry sized, but okay. Those are pretty big. Then the Abe Lincoln seemed to not be liking this weather with all the rain. And that does not look like an Abe Lincoln to me, but maybe they are. I thought they were paste tomatoes. But this one's all curly and upset, but this is the one I chopped the top off of it. So I may just have to pull that one out and propagate one of these suckers to replace that one. I got Amish paste, making little tomatoes and weeds. Oh, yep, I got more Blossom End Rot here. But the rest of them are looking good. Just all this rain. I got that one too. That is Blossom End Rot. There's many schools of thinking on Blossom End Rot. So could be a calcium deficiency, could be inconsistent watering. I'm guessing with all of the rain we've gotten, it's probably inconsistent watering in this case because I put my Tums down in there. I'm getting heated. But there's not, I mean, other than adding, sir. Scratching at the chickens. Not at the chickens, but something in the chickens. Probably either their poop or their feed. But anyway, Blossom End Rot. So there's nothing, I mean, you can let it mature and just cut off the bottom if you want to, but it's probably not worth letting your plant expend all that energy to make the tomato when half of it's not going to be good anyway. I've also got some funky leaves, probably from all of the rain as well. But these are the striped Romas here at the end. And then we've got the San Marzanos, which something funky got into that. Go ahead and take that one off. Got some more San Marzanos down here. So that's it. I've got Mexican sunflower growing in the walkway again, which I'll probably pull that one up, but I got one out here. There. And it got to where I couldn't walk down this path last year, so I'm going to either keep it trimmed or put it back or pull it up. And we got mullein that is flowered. I talked to Mama Honeystead, Miss Bridget, at the Homestead Festival, and she said that we can make ear oil out of this, so oil for ear infections and whatnot. So I need to harvest some of that. Then the chicken's pumpkin patch over here is coming along on its own. There's a pumpkin. See it? It's coming. And then my fire pit of marigolds and alyssum. This is where I pulled up all of last year's stuff and threw it in the fire pit to be burned, but either we didn't do that or it survived. So anyway, dinner's almost done. So I'm gonna go inside and take a shower and eat some steak and potatoes and homemade bread and roasted carrots. And we'll catch you next time, guys. See ya.